Hey there, fellow movie buffs. Today, we're diving into the world of Elvis Presley's leading ladies, a group of talented women who not only captivated audiences, but also left an indelible mark on the King's iconic career. Now, I know what you might be thinking, oh, just another list of names. But trust me, this isn't your average top 10 leading ladies article. We're going to explore the stories behind these women, the impact they had on Elvis films, and the fascinating dynamics that unfolded both on and off the screen. So, get ready to uncover some hidden gems and maybe even challenge your preconceptions about these legendary co-stars. Let's dive in. First up, we have the stunning Dolores Hart, who made her film debut in Loving You 1957. Now, imagine being in your early 20s, fresh out of college, and landing a role opposite the charismatic Elvis Presley. That's exactly what happened to Hart, who, in her own words, was embarrassed on her first day of shooting. But let's not forget the context here. This was the 1950s, a time when Hollywood was still figuring out how to handle the sexual revolution. Hart's role in Loving You was a pivotal one, as she played the love interest of Elvis' character, and her on-screen chemistry with him was electric. What makes her story even more intriguing is her decision to leave Hollywood in 1963 and become a Benedictine nun. It's a stark contrast to the glitz and glamour of Tinseltown, and it raises a deeper question: what drives someone to abandon the spotlight for a life of solitude and spiritual pursuit? Next, we have Barbara Eden, the iconic star of I Dream of Jeannie. Now, if you think about it, Jeannie was a show that was ahead of its time. It was a sci-fi comedy with a strong female lead, and Eden's performance as Jeannie was both charming and empowering. But before Jeannie, Eden had already co-starred with Elvis in the 1960 western Flaming Star. In this film, she played the daughter of a white rancher and a Kiowa mother, a role that required a delicate balance of cultural sensitivity and strong acting. And let me tell you, Elvis delivered. In a 2025 interview, Eden praised his acting abilities, saying, "This was a part that required good acting, and he did it, boy." Now, what makes this collaboration even more fascinating is the contrast between Flaming Star and Jeannie. One is a serious western, and the other is a light-hearted sci-fi comedy. It's a testament to Elvis' versatility as an actor and a reminder that he was more than just the king of rock and roll. Now, let's talk about Ursula Andress, the Bond girl who said yes to working with Elvis in Fun in Acapulco. Now, I know what you're thinking, Bond girl. Elvis? Really? But let's not jump to conclusions. In his book Elvis, From Memphis to Hollywood, Alan Forters, one of Elvis' close friends, reveals that Andress was married to John Derrick and that Elvis wasn't interested in married women. So, while there might have been rumors of a romance, it seems that the two were strictly friends. But what makes Andress' collaboration with Elvis interesting is the context. Fun in Acapulco was a musical comedy, and Andress' role as a beautiful and adventurous woman added a layer of charm to the film. It's a reminder that Elvis films were not just about his charismatic presence, but also about the talent and charisma of his co-stars. Now, let's talk about Ann-Margret, the woman who paired up with Elvis for 3 songs and 2 solo numbers in Viva Las Vegas. Now, if you've seen Viva Las Vegas, you know that Ann-Margret was a force to be reckoned with. She was a talented singer and dancer, and her on-screen chemistry with Elvis was electric. But what makes her story even more fascinating is the off-screen romance between her and Elvis. Ann-Margret has always kept mum about this relationship, but it's a well-known fact that they had a fling. Now, what makes this relationship interesting is the contrast between their on-screen and off-screen dynamics. On the screen, they were a dynamic duo, and off the screen, they were a couple. It's a reminder that the lines between fiction and reality can be blurred, and it adds a layer of complexity to their collaboration in Viva Las Vegas. Now, let's talk about Shelley Fabares, the Donna Reed Show regular, who has the distinction of being the only woman to appear with Elvis in 3 movies, Girl Happy, Spin Out, and Clambake. Now, if you're a fan of the Donna Reed Show, you know that Fabares was a talented actress and singer. But what makes her collaboration with Elvis interesting is the context. In Girl Happy, she played a singer who falls in love with Elvis' character, and in Spin Out and Clambake, she played a love interest. Now, what makes this collaboration fascinating is the contrast between her roles. In Girl Happy, she's a fun-loving singer, and in Spin Out and Clambake, she's a more serious love interest. It's a reminder that Elvis films were not just about his charismatic presence, but also about the versatility of his co-stars. Now, let's talk about Donna Douglas, the actress who played Ellie Mae Clampett on The Beverly Hillbillies. Now, if you're a fan of The Beverly Hillbillies, you know that Donna Douglas was a talented actress and singer. But what makes her collaboration with Elvis interesting is the context. In the 1966 movie Frankie and Johnny, she and Elvis played riverboat entertainers and jealous lovers. Now, what makes this collaboration fascinating is the contrast between their characters. Donna's Ellie Mae was a down-to-earth and lovable character, and Elvis' role as a riverboat entertainer added a layer of charm to the film. It's a reminder that Elvis films were not just about his charismatic presence, but also about the talent and charisma of his co-stars. Finally, let's talk about Mary Tyler Moore, the Emmy-winning actress who played a nun trying to resist temptation when she meets an inner-city doc played by Elvis in Change of Habit. Now, if you're a fan of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, you know that Mary Tyler Moore was a talented actress and comedian. But what makes her collaboration with Elvis interesting is the context. In Change of Habit, she played a nun who falls for Elvis' character, and her performance was both charming and nuanced. Now, what makes this collaboration fascinating is the contrast between her role as a nun and her iconic role as Mary Richards on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's a reminder that Elvis films were not just about his charismatic presence, but also about the versatility of his co-stars. Now, what makes all these collaborations interesting is the contrast between the films. From westerns to sci-fi comedies, from musicals to dramas, Elvis films were a melting pot of genres and styles. It's a reminder that Elvis was not just a singer and actor, but also a versatile performer who could adapt to different roles and genres. And it's this versatility that makes his films so captivating and enduring. So, the next time you watch one of Elvis' films, take a step back and think about the women who shared the screen with him. They were not just leading ladies. They were co-creators of a legacy that continues to inspire and entertain audiences around the world.